Hey guys, Mr. Backerberg here. In this video, we're going to take a look at functions. So when we're talking about a function is a relation for which each input value from the domain is associated or matched with exactly one output value from the range. And some people like to think about a function as a machine. Typically, when we're talking about our input values, those are our x values. So we're plugging in some x value to whatever our function rule is, and it's spitting out a specific y value, output value. Now, if we look visually at some representations of a function, we've got input values on the left-hand side and output values on the right-hand side. And what we can see is that each input value is matched up with only one output value. So 3 is only matched up with 10. 11 is only matched up with 2. -2 is matched up with -1. 9 is matched up with 10. Now, it's okay to repeat output values, but what we can't have is an input value being matched up with two different output values. And then down on the bottom, we have 5 matched up with 4. Now, if we look at that compared to something that would not be a function, this one's not a function, and we run into a problem right away. 3 as an input is matched up with both 6 and 7 as an output value. Because of that, this is not a function. This one input value being matched up with two different output values makes this one not a function. Now, a function really takes one value and shows how it relates to another value. So here we're looking at the area of a circle. And the area of a circle can be represented by the function a of r, so the area based on the radius, and that rule for the function is going to be pi r squared. So using this function, if we know a radius length for our circle, we can determine what its area would be. So we're going to find the area for our circle if the radius is 2 centimeters. So what we're going to be looking at is a of 2. That means that we're looking for the area when the radius is 2. So on the right-hand side, I'm going to plug in 2 for that r value. Now, when we take 2 and square it, we get 4, so we end up with 4 times pi. Now, we could type that into our calculator to get a decimal approximation, but it is okay to leave it in this pi form as well. We do want to make sure that we're labeling our answer, though. We were told that we were measuring this radius in centimeters, so I'm going to throw a centimeters label on here, but because we're talking about area, we want to square that label. So it's 4 pi centimeters squared. Now, if we're looking at a graph trying to determine if it represents a function, there is a quick test that we can run, and it's called the vertical line test. So what the vertical line test says is if you draw in any vertical line and it intersects your graph at more than one place, that graph does not represent a function. So here on the left-hand side, we just have a nice line graph. So if I draw in a whole bunch of vertical lines, all of these lines are only intersecting my graph at one point, meaning that this line would represent a function. Linear equations are always functions. But if we compare that to like the graph of a circle, if I were to draw in a vertical line going through the circle, this vertical line intersects at 2 places, which means what we've got happening is the same x value being matched up with 2 different y values, which makes this not a function. That's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching.